Hey, what's going on, guys? It's MineClashDuty here, playing some Fortnite Battle Royale. This is now live. I am doing a part 2 to my 15 tips to help you win and improve. The last one that I did really well. It's currently my most popular video, and thank you so much for that support. It's right now it's just under 500 views. Pretty sure it's gonna keep going up, which is crazy to me. Uh, yeah, so thank you so much for the support, and yeah, here comes part 2. Tip number 1, drink shields as soon as you acquire them. I see so many people who just don't use a shield and probably actually could have beat me in a gunfight if they used it. So, like, just use the shield as soon as you get it. Unless you don't have a weapon, you want to get a weapon first. A shield is useless without something to defend yourself. But if you have a weapon, drink the shield. Tip number 2, distribute your health between teammates. Let's say one teammate has 100 health and 50 shield, the other teammate has 75 health, and you get a new shield. Where should that shield go? You should give it to the teammate that has less health. You want to do this because a weak teammate is very vulnerable, and you want to have as many teammates alive as possible. More teammates alive, more damage output you can get. No matter who has the best guns or anything, you need to try to keep it as even as possible. Tip: trace. Be aware of the storm. Know where the circle is, where it's then going. You can use the storm to your advantage. You can also really not use it to your advantage if you play it badly. So just be aware of the storm. Don't get caught in it. Get others caught in it. Yeah. Tip number 4. Use a similar inventory placement every single game. So what I like to do is I like to have my assault rifle in my first slot. Then in my second slot I have a shotgun, usually. And third slot I have submachine gun. Fourth slot I have some sort of healing item or support item. And fifth slot I have a sniper. And I'd usually try not to switch that because you get the muscle memory of it, and the faster you can switch weapons and stuff, the better off you'll be. So, yeah, try to get all your weapons in the same slots. Tip number 5, if you have bandages and you have the option to take a med kit, slurp juice, or shield, always take those 3 over the bandages. Bandages, though they are nice, they are not nearly as helpful as those other 3. Tip 6, if there is a similar gun on the ground, check if it has more ammo than yours. So, let's say, if you have a blue assault rifle, you just killed someone, and they also dropped a blue assault rifle. You don't want to reload your gun until you know that they have less ammo or equal ammo or something. So you want to go up to their gun, switch it out. If it has more ammo, you might as well use that gun and then reload their gun. You want to ammo can sometimes be a problem in this game, so you want to try not to waste it, and that's just a simple way to do so. Tip number 7, use grenades more in squads. When you're in solo, it's nice to have grenades, but it's not nearly as nice in squads because splash damage is huge in squads, but splash damage is not as important against one person. The point damage, that's what I'm going to use it as, of a gun, is much more important because you're only focusing on one guy. Splash damage can hurt a lot of people at once, and it can make a whole team freak out, which is sometimes fun to watch. So, yeah. Tip number 8, always avoid scoped AR and the sniper in close range. Though the sniper can sometimes get lucky with a no-scope, if you're actually really trying to kill someone, you don't want to use it because it's really hard to use up close. The scoped AR does not do nearly enough damage up close, and therefore you probably don't want to use it almost ever if you're really close to someone. So, yeah, I know a lot of people like the scoped AR. I'm not bashing the scoped AR for being bad, except for at close range. It is honestly, in my opinion, terrible. So, I recommend not using that at close range. Tip number 9. Be unpredictable. I know this is kind of a hard one to do, but if an enemy doesn't know where you're going to be going, it gives you a huge advantage. If you're in a house, you want to like move around, open all the doors, like as diversions and stuff. It just helps so much if they don't know where you're going with things. So, yeah, just be unpredictable in gunfights. Tip number 10. Only lead your shots with the sniper rifle. I've seen a lot of people do this. They try to lead their shots with other guns, and it is completely unnecessary. This game uses something called hit scan for everything other than the sniper. So basically, the bullets get there instantly. You don't have to lead your shots at all with any gun besides the sniper. The sniper has bullet drop and time to get there, so you have to lead with that. But other guns, you don't. So just don't. Tip 11. Remove any enemy cover. So if there's a tree in someone's way, in your way of shooting a guy, and you have a lot of ammo, remove it. It doesn't take that much time. As long as you're moving around while doing it, it's really unlikely you're gonna get shot, unless you have to face like straight down. But also, if they built something and it's in your way, just shoot it down and like keep shooting after you destroyed it, so that you can hopefully hit the guy. But also, even if you can't see the guy, but you know generally where he is, you can destroy a tree so you can get a better view of him. Just, yeah, destroy the cover that's in the way of you shooting an enemy. Tip number 12 is keep firing. I've seen so many people in this game who they totally have a chance to kill me because they destroyed all my cover, but they just didn't keep shooting for some reason. If they kept shooting, they would have been able to get at least a few hits on me, and I probably would have died. You just have to keep blowing through the person's cover until you know that you don't have the shot on the guy. You want to keep shooting until you can't hit him. Just keep firing. Alright, these next two are what position you want to take when in certain types of gunfights. For, like, inside one house gunfights, you want to be in the low ground. Yes, I know. Especially in early game, when you drop down, you want to try to go for the lower floor. People often go for the attic and try to get the chest, and they often do and get good guns from it. But when they do that, they're giving themselves away to the person that's under them. You can see people's shadow through the floor. So when someone's above you, you can see exactly where they are, and when they start breaking down, you just be ready with a shotgun, and they'll hop down, and you'll just wreck them, get any gun they got from the chest. So take the low ground in the house. That is tip 13. Tip 14 is basically the exact opposite, but it's in open combat. You want to take the high ground in open combat. Especially if it's like a really open field, if you have the high ground, you could shoot down into someone's base. And that is huge. You want to be able to look down from your base into other people's. Especially if you have rockets, you can rocket down into them and they can't do anything about it unless they built like a roof on their place, but most people don't do that. So you really want to get the high ground in open field fights. Tip 15. Avoid high mountains when skydiving. The reason why you want to do this is there's a certain height above land that your umbrella or glider comes out. And it doesn't matter exactly your elevation, just the distance from the ground to you. If there's like a really tall tower and you skydive to it, it'll force you to pull out your glider and you can no longer skydive. So you want to aim for valleys and not like buildings mountains, don't aim for those. Just try to get as low as you can with every skydive. The faster you land, the better you will do early game. Alright, well, that does it. Thank you for watching. And go ahead and watch the rest of this gameplay. I don't know how much there is left. I haven't edited it yet. But, yeah. I hope you guys enjoy.